This is seen in California. There's no audio to it, but go ahead and check it out. It's a video of strange lights flashing across the sky. Ooh, we're going to talk about my favorite subject, aliens. Let's do it. Aliens, baby. Here we go. So a Harvard scientist wrote a draft paper along with the head of the Pentagon's UFO office for whatever reason that raised the idea that an alien mothership could be floating in our solar system, sending out tiny probes dubbed dandelion seeds to explore the planets within. And that's how they're explaining all of these crafts that we've seen. I gotta say, guys, I was in Roswell, New Mexico not too long ago, and I believe in aliens. I love aliens. I like Art Bell. I grew up listening to Art Bell and George Norrie with my grandpa when I was a kid. Art Bell literally inspired me to do what I do right now. If it were not for Art Bell and George Norrie, I would not be doing what I do. And Jim Rome, but another story. But if I'm into aliens, I think they're real. I think they've been here. I think they still come here. I think they come here a little bit more right now, and I'm going to tell you why. I was in Roswell, New Mexico not too long ago. Talked to some of the locals. Now, the locals are split. They either don't care or they think that aliens landed there and the government covered up. And if they fall into the latter group, they will tell you within 15 seconds of meeting them. And you can tell without talking to them, honestly. The general consensus among the ufologists, I don't even know what they're called, among the ufologists, is that the Roswell crash, if you think about it, it happened right after, or not right after, but a couple years after the U.S. dropped the bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. But what happened after World War II? The Cold War, the threats of nukes. Ufologists think that aliens came here to stop us from blowing ourselves up. And if you look at the timeline of when, and that's how the Roswell crash happened. And if you look at the timeline of when these sightings happen, you know, in large amounts like that, and then when they kind of drop off, if you look, I mean, Cold War, there were a ton of UFO sightings. Now there aren't as many, over the last couple of years, there weren't as many. And you think about it, it's like, well, there was drones, so people see something in the sky, they don't even think to call it in, and it could be an alien. But more often than not, they're like, oh, it's something in the sky. Like, if you think about 40 years ago, if you saw something in the sky, like in the 1970s or 80s, if you saw something in the sky that wasn't a plane or a helicopter, it was cause for concern. What is going on? Now you see something that's like, oh, it's a drone. It's my neighbor creeping on the girl next door, you know? But look at all these UFO sightings we've had recently. China shooting down unidentified objects, the U.S. doing it. Had all this talk about, you know, the Tic Tac UFO and all that stuff. Well, what's happened? The war drum's pumping with Russia and China and Iran and North Korea, all these nuclear threats. Seen other reports about UFOs shutting off nuclear silos, and they don't know why or how. Are they back? Are they trying to save us from ourselves like they were in the 40s and 50s? It's a question. It's worth looking into. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to click the link in the description to get the full episode on Rumble. If you prefer to listen along, you could actually get us on Spotify, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. You can also go to www.outlawstreamers.com to learn more about not just my show, but tons of other great shows and all the exciting projects they have coming up. Follow my socials at Caleb Isn't Funny on Twitter and Instagram, at Caleb Salvatore Comedy on the Chinese Spy app that is TikTok, and be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks, and we'll see you every Saturday for brand new episodes of That's Based. Peace.